Alright, this is another print. Currently I'm on the first, actually starting the second layer. This right here is the first layer, and what you can obviously see here, there's no lines or gaps or any kind of disruption in the first layer. In fact, it's almost translucent. You can actually see the texture of the tape. That is a perfect first layer. What usually happens and what should happen is that the first layer should indeed replicate the texture of the build surface. So I don't know if you can see that through the camera, probably not, but you can actually see through the first layer that it has indeed replicated the first layer or the build plate. This is number 2090 tape, and it has a bit of a grain to it. You can feel it. It's a texture. Well, the first layer needs to replicate that. So when this print is done, you can literally lift off the print itself and look at the bottom. Flip it over, look at the bottom, and what you will see is indeed the replicated texture of the surface, whatever it is that you're printing on. If it has lines running through it and bumpy and cracked and all the other issues that first layers have, then it's not right. You have to, I guess, master the first layer so that each layer that stacks, that's fused on top of each layer below it, creates the model. So right now, let's just show the printer. This is your basic hot end. Doesn't need any added gizmos or gadgets or direct drive or bullshit here on the side, because basically this is the tramming tool. This gets me to this. Okay, this gets that first layer every time. So you need to master your skill and not worry about printing lines and circles and squares or purge lines over here or any of that crap, because it's not required. It is not a required thing. If you literally learn to tram the bed, okay, properly, not through some half-assed YouTube video that doesn't teach it well, then you're going to have issues. This is the extruder. Check that out. That is the plastic extruder that came with the printer well over, I don't know, 4.5, 5 years ago. No issues. If that arm ever cracks, don't replace the whole damn thing. Keep the body. That way you don't have to do eSTEPS changes and calibrations and bullshit and stepper motor adjustments and all that. You just change the lever right there. It's like take that one screw out. It's like, I don't know, it takes like 5 minutes, 3 minutes purchase. That lever is purchased separately in a bag, never been installed, never been under stress. It's literally brand spanking new with no stress on it at all, ever. Usually when you buy a printer from the factory, that spring has already been installed. It's already been installed in the printer, so that lever is under stress from day one. Okay, so we got the white Bowden tube, never going to be the blue one because the blue tube has a smaller inside diameter, causes friction, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I mount my holder over here so that it's a direct path through here, down here, onto the bed. It's like 1, 2, 3. There's nothing between here and there except these things right here. Extruder, original. Bowden tube, original. Hot end, original. Everything is as you see. It's easy to troubleshoot any issues that you may have that result in poor printing. Okay, learn to tram the bed. Learn what that means. Learn to do it, and you will be happy, and you'll be printing as much as I do. All right, let's look at the bed here. Temperature, set point, 0. It's a non-heated bed. Right there, you can see. Right there. 0 is the set point. The nozzle's at 212. this is a non-heated bed, not a requirement when you print in this fashion. When you print like this is the result. There's no brim, no messy Elmer's glue stick, no raft, no curling. It doesn't matter. It can have a draft. I mean, I'm out here in open space. It's not an issue. Original springs. These came with the printer, not yellow, not chunks of rubber. It doesn't help. It doesn't make a difference. If you install these springs properly, then anything you do after that, it's not making it better. These are original springs. Just adjust them and assemble the printer properly as it came from the factory. You can see there's perfect tension on those springs because there's just enough screw thread sticking out the bottom of that knob right there. That knob's not going anywhere. It's not going to vibrate loose. It's not vibrating now. It doesn't need Loctite. Doesn't need lock nuts. Doesn't need bungee cords, rubber bands, or bolts. There you go. This is printing right now as you see it. I probably will post another video or a few pictures of the finished product. It's a handle. This is basically a handle, and I'll show what it's used for. Oh, and eSTEPS are at 93. The original factory set 93. Good luck.